I know that the Berlin process continues to be in very good hands. So our aim is very clear. It's the aim to bring our Western Balkan partners as close as possible, as fast as possible. And here we have two tracks. One track of work is, of course, the accession process. There we have made good progress. The Commission has put enlargement back on the table from the very first day of my mandate. We have been securing agreement on a new enlargement methodology that opened up ways not only to deblock decisions, that was very important, but it also brought back credibility to the whole process. Then we have put on the table a substantive economic and investment plan. It brings 30 billion euros of investment to the region, which is overall approximately 1/3 of the GDP of the whole region. In addition, last year we had the first intergovernmental conference. We had intergovernmental conference with Montenegro. We opened one cluster with Serbia, and this year we were very happy that we finally managed to have the first intergovernmental conference with Albania and North Macedonia, started the screening process, and we made the proposal to Council to give Bosnia and Herzegovina candidate status. I must say this progress, which is good progress, dear Edi Rama, was possible because of the progress made in the Western Balkan countries themselves, so it's your success. Indeed, a second track of action is the Berlin process. And here the goal is to deepen our economic integration. And yes, we are facing manifold challenges. Most and foremost, Russia's invasion of Ukraine that marks a geopolitical shift on our continent. But the longer the Russian war lasts, the more determined we are to stand together and to withstand. We know that our investments in the Western Balkans are not only important for a conducive business environment, this is also the case, but that these investments are investments for peace, stability and prosperity of Europe as a whole. Against this backdrop, indeed, we discussed in depth the knock-on effects of the Russian war on energy, and therefore today's declaration on energy security and the green agenda for the Western Balkans mark a very important step. As the Chancellor already said, we are united in the goal of climate neutrality by 2050 and our climate targets by 2030. Now, if we look at the immediate crisis, it's important that we synchronize our steps. We are in an energy community. Therefore, in the short term, this means for all of us diversification of energy sources, the reduction of our dependency on Russian fossil fuels, and to keep energy prices in check with joint action. But we are also aware of the fact that unprecedented crises demand or need unprecedented steps and action, and therefore I am pleased to announce that the Commission will put forward a substantial energy support package. For the Western Balkans, it's 1 billion euros in grants, and it has two different parts. The first part is 500 million euros in grants as a very immediate financial support for the 6 Western Balkan countries, to put them in a position for the very short term to support vulnerable households and vulnerable businesses. This budget support will be adopted in December and available in January, in other words, very short term. The second part, the other 500 million euros in grants, will be dedicated to investments in energy infrastructure. So these are mainly investments in gas and electricity interconnectors to really have a common grid and interconnection in the region with the European Union. Very important is the emphasis on investments on renewable energy, because this gives us independence, it's clean energy, and it creates good jobs at home, and of course energy efficiency measures. In addition, we will strengthen the security of supply by improving and facilitating the access in each other's energy pipelines and storages. This is for the emergency In case that somebody is in trouble, there is solidarity from all of us. And the European Union and the Western Balkans will harmonise their crisis and emergency plans and measures in a spirit of solidarity and increased mutual resilience. Finally, we are also inviting our partners from the Western Balkans to join us in our European attempt to have a joint procurement platform, so really to develop the strong market power we have if we stick together. And this brings me to the second point, the regional integration. That's the development of the common regional market. It is for us a very important stepping stone towards the EU single market. And indeed, in this regard, I welcome today's signature of the 3 very important agreements. The freedom of movement is key to both. It's key to the development of the common regional market, of course, but it's also key to the integration of the Western Balkan in the European single market. It's about the people. Be it students, be it professionals, they will bring the region forward. And therefore, the agreement is so important for 18 million people to move freely within the region. Professionals can tap their full potential regardless of where they work. And the professional qualifications, be it of skilled workers, students, researchers, medical doctors, dentists or architects, they will all be recognized throughout the Western Balkans. Very important is also that the national ID cards will be accepted at every border. So these measures will not only boost intra-regional travel in the Western Balkans, but it will also strengthen personal and cultural bonds between the people of the region. And in the very end, it's always the same good old story that has always been at the heart of the European project. It's enhanced cooperation and harmonisation that bring peace and prosperity to all. So we should use every opportunity to get closer with our best Western Balkan friends, and thank you once more for a very good Berlin process.